Hello everyone, and today we are going to discuss a very interesting chess puzzle. The puzzle is not going to be something like ordinary chess puzzle, but a very fascinating chess puzzle. And I call this puzzle as the 200 plus IQ puzzles. The reason is quite simple. If you try to put these positions, or you can say if you try to put this puzzle on some chess random engine, no matter how powerful it is, the engine would say that the position is equal. It's a draw. But here comes the best part. The position is white to play and win. Yeah. Here comes the best part. You need to use your human imagination and try to find the best move for white and try to checkmate the black king. Yeah. So here comes the position. So it's white to play. You can say that black is the 8 point plus. You can see black is having queen, two knights, two rooks, two bishops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pawns. So basically, black is having full material on the board, whereas white is having only king and a pawn. And the pawn is going over here, and black pawn is coming over here. So it's right to play. Feel free to pause the video and try to find the winning combination, complete winning combination till the checkmate for black. And yeah, feel free to pause the video. Okay, so first of all, the puzzle is very interesting, and it actually, by solving this puzzle, it actually helps you to gain. It actually helps you to improve on your calculation skills, and also it helps for you to increase your imagination. So definitely, this puzzle is going to help many chess players. So let's discuss the answer. So what is happening in this position? First of all, I can't push this pawn over like up straight because black can simply move the knight from here like anywhere, knight to g2, and the idea on the next move is that black is going to make a queen and black is going to checkmate the white king. So white is kind of forced to capture the knight, and that's very obvious. And here you can say that black, all pieces can't move except one, and that is queen, and the queen is having only one square, so we have queen to a1. And now comes the critical part. First of all, you can't move the king because black will simply make a queen and have to take. You can say rook into h2, and now it's going to soon checkmate for white. So you can't move the king. So the only piece you can move is the pawn. Now the question is, you will move the pawn one step or two step? Many of you are wondering, does it even matter? Yeah, it does matter actually a lot. All those who have chosen h4, sorry, you are wrong. The answer is you must play h3. We are going to discuss why. After h3, black is kind of forced to move the queen to a2 again. And here we reach this position. And after playing queen to a7, a2, now a big question for white arises. Which piece white is going to promote to? A queen, a knight, a rook, or the bishop? Let's discuss what should white try to promote. First of all, if I want to checkmate the black king, I need to keep the position close. If I try to make queen, which looks very obvious, yeah, because it consists the highest point. The reason is after promoting the queen, I can't checkmate the black king. The reason is quite simple. To checkmate the black king, I need to open up the position. And if I try to open up the position, you can already see that black is having a ton of materials. It doesn't matter if black even sacrifices two rooks. He can even win that game. Yeah. So basically, white have to repeat the position and make a draw. And like for example, I can't catch the rook to checkmate the black king because the knight is protecting the rook. I can't hit the bishop because everything is covered. The only piece I can capture is I can capture the pawn on c5. And after capturing the pawn on c5, I can go for capturing the pawn on c4. And after that, everything is protected because the queen is protecting the rook, the bishop is protecting the pawn, the rook is protecting the pawn, the knight is protecting the pawn, the rook is protecting the pawn. So everything is protected, yeah. So making the queen and trying to checkmate the black king is impossible. The only option for white which is left is to promote into a knight. Yeah, because the knight is the best piece to checkmate the black king in a close position. Now, how would we checkmate the black king? First of all, to checkmate the black king, I need to give checks from over here. The 4 possible ways. First of all, let's check out what should be the best way to checkmate the black king. I can't capture the e2 pawn because the rook and the bishop and the pawn is protecting the pawn. So let's eliminate that option. I can't checkmate the black king from the d3 as well because the pawn and the rook is protecting that square. And it's impossible to just remove the rook from the protecting the pawn. So removing these two options look sensible. I can also remove the a2 square because reaching a2 is like impossible task, because to reach a2 I need to come over here, and if I want to come over here, the rook is protecting both squares, and actually bishop and the knight is also covering both the squares, so it's already very impossible. So the only square which is left is the b3 square, and which looks sensible actually. I can go for capturing the pawn on c5 because it's unprotected. Then I can go for capturing the pawn on c4, which will which will make the rook unprotected. And then I can finally go for checkmating the black king by capturing the rook on b3. Let's discuss how. After knight h8, black is kind of forced to play queen a1. We are going to move the knight. You see, if I want to capture this pawn, I need to get the knight over these 4 squares, which I do like this, and I capture the pawn. After queen a1, now I want to capture the pawn on c4. So to capture the pawn on c4, I need to come over these 4 squares. So I come over like here. I can also go with like this to capture the pawn. It doesn't matter. And here, black plays queen a1. Capture the pawn, queen a2. And now I want to capture the rook. So I need to put the knight over here. And guess what? Now, for now, the black queen is protecting the rook. But actually, it's black to play, and black is forced to move the queen from the a2 square. Queen a1, and you know the final move. Knight into b3, and it's game over by 2-1, and black lost, despite being everything else. Yeah. Now let's discuss what is the problem after king into queen a1. What's the problem of pushing the pawn double step at the place of 1 step? The problem is after h4, queen a2, pawn push, we try to make the knight, and we do everything same. We go for capturing the c5 pawn, we go for capturing the c4 pawn, and then after queen a1, knight a5, you see, when we played h3, in that variation, when we played knight to a5, the queen was on a2 and black was forced to play queen to a1. But in this position, when we pushed h4, and now we are putting the knight to a5, but this time, black is on time to protect the rook by playing queen to a2. Protecting the rook, and now you can no longer checkmate the black king. So you are forced to move the knight here and there, and you have to make a draw. There is no option. That is the main thing. And many of you are thinking that can't we just randomly try to move the knights and somewhere and try to make the queen come over on a1 and then we checkmate the black king. But the point is, you can't do that. You see, if you want to hit the rook, you have to come over these 3 squares, right? And now to reach this, for example, the c5 square from the a5, then it takes 2 moves. You can't reach the c5 square in 3 moves. It takes 2 moves. You can reach the c5 square in 2 moves, 4 moves, 6 moves, like an even number. Yeah, I can't reach the c5 square from the knight in 3 moves. I can reach like with b7 and c5. I can't take 3 moves to reach the c5 square. That's the main idea. If it takes 3 steps, then definitely white can checkmate the black king. But it doesn't. It takes 2 steps for the knight to come over like here. You can understand, right? Yep. So that's the fundamental. Yeah. And actually, there is also a very fascinating way to calculate everything to see whether h3 is right or h4 is right. Let's discuss how. King into e1, queen a1. And now let's discuss. We are going to simply calculate We want to capture the pawn, we want to capture this pawn, we want to put the knight to a5 and then capture the rook. So now let's simply calculate the h3 is right or the h4 with the simple calculation which many people miss. I'm going to calculate number of moves it's going to take. So for example, 1, if I try to play h3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, capturing the pawn, 10. Then I need to capture this pawn, then I have to come 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and on the 15th move, I'm going to capture the rook and it's going to be a mate. Yeah. So now let's calculate the black move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. On the 15th move, the queen is going to reach to a2. It means on the 14th move, the black queen is going to remain on a8. A1. And on the 15th move, we are going to capture the rook and it's going to be checkmate. It's pretty hard, I think. I'm not able to explain properly, but if you're going, but yeah, just try a little harder and you will be able to understand. And now, if I try to continue the position with h4, let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It takes 14 moves to capture the rook. But this time, on the 14th move, the queen is going to go over here, and the knight would be over here. We are going to play queen to a2. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. On the 13th move, the queen is going to be on a2. And so that the white knight cannot capture the rook on the 14th move because the queen is protecting the rook. That's all about the calculation. That's actually how masters do the calculation. They do not try to calculate everything like if I try to play h4, queen a2, h5, queen a1. They simply calculate with numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and like that's how it goes. Yeah, that's actually a pretty amazing and the simplest way for any chess player to calculate a complicated variation by calculating the numbers. And yeah, so that's actually my main purpose of showing you this puzzle. The puzzle was actually also very interesting. So this puzzle actually helped you to improve your calculation skills, to improve your imagination skills, and also if you also didn't knew this technique to calculate the complicated variations by calculating the number of moves it takes to execute any plan, then you can go and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to share this video with everyone to check out whether your friend will be able to solve this puzzle or not. So I'm going to see you soon. So till then, stay tuned and keep watching OneShot Chess.